Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Have you ever heard that phrase, what an act to follow? Try 5 of them. Okay, it's been a fantastic evening, some great information. There are a set of slides behind me. I'm assuming they're the set that I prepared. There may not be, so if there's anything controversial on there, that bit wasn't mine, okay. It's a real honour and a privilege to stand in front of you as the principal of your college, okay, and that's the important thing to start this presentation. That's the first thing on the slide. Lancaster and Morecambe College is your college. It doesn't belong to me, it doesn't belong to the governors. It's your college dedicated to the young people and adults of Lancaster and Morecambe district, okay. That's our driving force. My journey, my college's, our college's journey, began with Eden just over a year ago. News of Eden broke. I immediately picked up the phone, spoke to Si Bellamy, and said, Si, you're going to need a workforce. Okay. Got in the car, drove for 10 hours, and Si and I met just over a year ago. Okay. Eden, if you've been to the consultation, is likely to employ around 390 people. Okay. There may well be 5,000 people in the Eden supply chain. My job is to make sure that there are some fantastic opportunities for the young people and adults of Lancaster and Morecambe. Okay, that's what we do. So what I'm also going to do during my presentation is reality check some of the things that you've heard tonight and that you may have heard throughout this Eden journey. Okay, is it really that good? Is it too good to be true? Well, I'll cut straight to the punchline. It really is that good. Okay, and it could well be even better than we can ever imagine. Just one plea from me before we move on any further. During the next 15 minutes, just keep an eye on the person that you sat next to. And without compromising yourselves, if they do fall asleep, just give them a little nudge. Okay, let's just keep it going. Okay, so why does Eden connect with Lancaster and Morecambe College? Why have we signed a 25-year agreement? So you'll probably pass the college on a daily basis. Okay, particularly now the Bay Gateway goes straight through the college grounds, which I have to say is probably one of the best things that's ever happened to the college. This is the purpose of your college. This is why we exist. It's twofold. The first part is being a community-based college which is completely shaped by our employers. Okay, everything that we do at college is shaped by the employers. That's why I'm a director of the Chamber of Commerce. That's why my senior team sit not only on Lancaster bid, but on Morecambe bid as well, to make sure that that employer voice is strong. We want our graduated students to be assets to your businesses. Okay, to do that, who better to shape it than the employers in our wonderful area? But the second purpose of Lancaster and Morecambe College is equally important. Okay, Lancaster and Morecambe College is here and it's accessible to every member of our community. Lancaster and Morecambe College never aspires to be an elite, exclusive organisation. We want to be high-performing and completely inclusive. We play a significant role in our community in terms of holding things together. Okay, and there's lots more we need to do on that. You know, why is it that 69% of the 1,000 16 to 18-year-olds I've got in our college haven't got the English and maths qualifications they should have got? Why is it that nearly half of the population of our college come from the bottom 20% in terms of the multiple indices of deprivation? Okay. Why is it that we have to have a food bank in the college for our adult students? Okay. There's lots we can do together, and that's a duty for all of us. Okay. Because what there is in Lancaster and Morecambe is fantastic opportunity. Okay, right now. So during the presentations you've heard tonight, you've heard a lot about the past. You've heard a lot about a really exciting future, which I'm sure we're all reaching out to grab. What I'm going to talk about is what's happening right now. Okay, wonderful opportunities for young people and adults, and a future we should all be really proud of. Okay, we should all be really excited about, even at nearly 10 o'clock on a Saturday evening. Okay, so that's why the college is here. You may have wondered. Okay, you may have wondered, but that's why we're here as your college. Okay, so what have we done with Eden Project Learning? We've signed a 25-year agreement. Crikey, that sounds like a long time, doesn't it? Okay. The whole point in terms of what we're doing around education is it has to be at least generational. It can't be a fantastic one-year project. It can't be a great 5-year project. It's got to be something that really makes a difference. Shortly after I met Si down at Eden, I met a colleague that I now work with on a weekly basis, Professor Robert Barrett, who unfortunately can't be here tonight, but he'll be back in Morcom on Tuesday. Robert heads up Eden Project Learning. okay, which is under the Eden umbrella, and it's a partnership in Cornwall between Eden Project and Cornwall College. So Robert and I have worked absolutely hand in hand over the last year, alongside colleagues such as Sue from the university and a whole range of stakeholders I'll explain in more detail later. You may well have seen that the sign outside the college has changed. Okay, it changed on a Thursday, sometime in August. And the reason I know was, being responsible for health and safety both in and outside the college, I went to look at this wonderful sign that you can see there. And I also then turned to the road and looked at the drivers that were passing by. I thought, crikey, there's quite a liability here, because everybody's rubbernecking at the new sign. Everybody's seeing Eden on the ground already in Morecambe. Absolutely, absolutely. And that's the level of interest that this has already generated. So it's a generational agreement. Okay, it's a long-term thing. Okay, this is going to happen. This is happening right now, okay, in our district. And my first reality check is, Sue said that Lancaster University has a much better relationship with Lancaster and Morecambe College than it's ever had. That's true, absolutely true. We've got fantastic partnerships at all levels. Myself and Sue, we're looking forward to a great relationship with the new incoming Vice-Chancellor. My first meeting on Monday is with our business development team at college, with the business development team from the university, to look at how jointly we can support local businesses, local employers, from employing an apprentice right through to postgraduate study and everything in between. So yeah, Lancaster and Morecambe College is absolutely working hand in hand with Lancaster University to the benefit of our community. So going back to my conversation with Si, for Si to have a workforce, I've got to start my production line now, okay? Because no young people will go through my production line for at least 2 years, okay? And if our hope for Eden is as planned that it opens in 2023, that production line's got to get going. But because of the courage of our convictions, because we were absolutely convinced and checked everything that Eden told us, that we've got confidence that this is going to happen. So over the last few months, we've completely rebalanced our land-based curriculum at the college. Okay, everything now is skewed to what we're calling an Eden study program. Okay, it's the knowledge, the skills, the behaviours that young people will need to thrive as a potential Eden employee of the future, but also as employees in a whole range of new green industries that are already emerging. Okay, they're already here, and Eden will be the catalyst for those to proliferate over the next decade. Okay, so did that generate any interest? Well, actually, we've got about 47 students already enrolled on our Eden study program. Okay, young people that are really committed to working in a land-based scenario, working in our community, and the first real tangible example of something special in terms of place-based education. And I'll come back to that term. We've heard tonight from so many of the speakers how special our local environment is. It really is, and actually it's a great classroom. It's a great tool for education that we're pushing forward with. Eden is here. Eden is on the ground. Okay, we have established an Eden Project Learning Hub at the college. It's on the 6th floor of our biggest building. I'm led to believe that that building is described most favourably as brutalist 1960 architecture. Okay, I'm sure you've got your own thoughts of that building as you drive past, and I certainly have when I look up at it on a daily basis. Okay, but actually on the top floor of that building is a brand new Eden Project Hub that overlooks all of the reasons that I gave you earlier to answer the question, why Morcom? Okay, and my colleague, Professor Robert Barrett, often takes stakeholders to that room, looks out of the window and says, that's why. It's the outstanding landscape. It's the community, it's the employment, it's the special features, it's the history, it's the culture, it's the passion, it's that opportunity to change lives. That's why Morcom. And from our Eden Project Learning Hub at Lancaster and Morecambe College, the picture window explains, okay, and nobody's ever questioned it. People get it. But more importantly, this creates fantastic opportunities for all of us. Okay, really exciting opportunities. And as a college, we go a long way to engage a lot of young people that haven't previously been interested in education. So out of those 1,000 students that I talked about that are 16 to 18, that's excluding our apprentices and our adults, about 140 of them didn't really get on with the school system. Okay, so we have to re-engage them, we have to give them a taste of what it's like to be a plumber, what it's like to be a hairdresser, what it's like to be a childcare assistant. Eden supercharges that. Okay, Eden supercharges our ability to engage with those most vulnerable young people in our community, to give them hope, to give them aspiration, and to make them feel valued. Okay, and that's really important. Eden's a catalyst for good, a catalyst for happiness, and a catalyst for love that you've heard described before, and that's really keen, and that comes through every time we speak to Professor Barrett as well. Okay. So yeah, first reality check, Eden is on the ground, Eden is committed to Lancaster and Morecambe, and wow, what a fantastic relationship we've now got with Lancaster University. But it's bigger than that. Okay, it's bigger than that. So Sue mentioned the sunsets. Okay, there's a couple of snapshots that I got from the sunset the other day. That's from our Eden Project Learning Hub on the top right and top left. There's an internal shot there. You don't see many classrooms in Lancaster and Morecambe with deck chairs in. Okay, what we wanted to do is replicate a fantastic building they've got in Cornwall called the Green Build Hub, okay, which is where Eden Project Learning is based. And again, I've been down there and experienced it firsthand. A nice space for learning. Our bookings from primary schools are going through the roof to come and use that space as a flexible space to really just get a different view on learning, to get engaged and to look out that window and really understand place. You may also recognise some of the boards on the bottom left there. Okay, they're some of the boards that Eden Project International used during the consultation exercise. They're now permanently displayed, or certainly for the next few years until Eden comes out of the ground, in our HEX building, which is right at the heart of the college. So on the first Tuesday evening of every month, Professor Robert Barrett sits in the HEX, and if any of you want to come in and really understand the numbers, and numbers were mentioned earlier by Greg, they're all on the boards behind us, okay? And there's an opportunity there for you to talk to a member of the Eden team on the ground in Morecambe, who spends a week a month here in Morecambe, to really understand it, but also to submit your ideas. The red circle in the middle says, what else would you like to see? Okay, and unfortunately, Post-it notes don't stick to it very well, which is why most of them are on the floor, okay? But actually, the most intriguing one was attractive mermen, I think. So I don't know, Si, if that's on your list, but okay. So yeah, a special space, Eden on the ground. Eden is real in Lancaster and Morecambe district. But it's much bigger, okay? It's much bigger, okay? The Morecambe Bay curriculum, okay? The reasons for the Morecambe Bay curriculum are in the box there. Okay, this is something that we really need to do, we really should do, but it doesn't necessarily fit with traditional models of education. So we're going to have to do something different. Okay, we're going to have to create a different way. So, the original plan, let's create a Morecambe Bay curriculum from ages 3 to 25. Okay, embracing our university partners, embracing all those stakeholders. That was going great until we met the early years providers at college. So these were the childminders, the nurseries, the primary schools, who said, actually, 3's too late. You need to be prenatal. Okay, so you'll see in there, prenatal to 25, place-based curriculum is now our new mantra. Okay, and the point was from those early years providers, actually, what we're doing through Eden Project Learning can do good before birth, okay, in terms of supporting mothers, families, very, very young children to really engage, to feel valued. Okay, so it's now prenatal, and that will emerge. Okay, what we want to do is this idea of what are the skills, the attributes, the values, those golden Eden threads that a future Morecambe-based citizen should recognise and value. Okay, those golden threads of sustainability, of place, of citizenship, and a whole list of other ones. So this idea of a future Morecambe-based citizen. Okay, so how could a young person demonstrate that they value, that they have the same values, that they want to make that positive contribution to the community, they want to be that positive future Morecambe-based citizen? Well, the idea emerging is they carry an Eden passport. Okay, and that Eden passport transcends early years, primary, secondary, FE, and university. Okay, and as it says in the suggestion, they carry with it and get that passport stamped as they demonstrate those skills, as they demonstrate those values. Okay. You'll see at the bottom there a whole range of stakeholders that are absolutely bought into this as well. Okay. Now, as a college, we host lots of meetings. The biggest challenge we've had with the Eden Project learning meetings is getting people out of the college afterwards. Okay, so when we brought the primary school head teachers in, we couldn't get them to leave. They wanted to sit down there and write the Morecambe Bay curriculum. Okay. When we have employers in, they want to have their name on the Eden supply chain. Okay, and if any of you attended the Expo event that the Chamber organised in September, you'll know that there was a signing-in sheet. Lots and lots of businesses want to be part of Eden. The early years providers, we said that there'd only be 4 places on the steering group. We couldn't get them out of the room unless we expanded that so everybody could get their name on the steering group. Okay, that's the sort of passion that's coming from education, and this is unique. In every college I've worked in, I've never experienced anything where the whole education sector is pulling together. They're pulling together behind Eden, they're pulling together this place-based education, something special, equipping our young people to be those Morecambe-based citizens of the future. Okay. So along that bottom line, you'll see the full range, the full spectrum, and it continues to expand. Okay, continues to expand. Sue mentioned our colleagues down at Myerscough, specialist land-based college. Of course, they've got something to contribute. But actually, knowledge of the Morecambe Bay curriculum has now gone right round the bay to my colleagues at Finesse College, okay, out in Barrow. They want to be part of it. So on Friday, Robert and I are travelling up to Finesse to talk to my colleague Andrew, who's the principal up there, and a whole range of school leaders in Finesse. Okay, they want to be part of this idea of the Morecambe Bay curriculum. So something special's happening. It's based with a rich heritage. It's based on huge opportunity for the future, but it's happening right now. Okay, so the reality check is, yeah, this is real. Okay, yeah, when we talk about full wages for people, I've been to the Watering Lane Nursery near St Austell, where adults with quite complex learning difficulties and disabilities are paid full salaries to grow the fruit and veg that supply the kitchens in Eden. Okay, it's real, it's happening. I've seen the deprived areas in St Austell, where Eden's making a positive difference. Social prescribing. Okay, but probably the most surreal thing that ever happened to me at Eden, and this was in my visit in June, was I sat down for a meeting with colleagues from Eden Project International. By chance, there were colleagues from Lancaster City Council down there. We were having a really in-depth discussion. And then in the background, Chic started the sound check. Okay? Chic, you know, I'm not going to go into it. I was thinking of doing cabaret, you know, to sort of round off the event, but actually, Niles Horan and Chic were the Eden sessions. Okay, and the most surreal experience was meeting colleagues that I knew very well from Lancaster and hearing this internationally acclaimed band doing a sound check in the background. But that's what Eden does. It brings together people. It is real, and I'm absolutely committed to it. And we've absolutely put the full might of Lancaster and Morecambe College absolutely behind Eden Project and Eden Project North. Okay, we believe in it. We are your college, and we're already delivering something special. Thank you very much.